been waiting for a while. Anyway, good evening, hello. Let's just take a couple of minutes sitting first of all, so you can sit legs crossed or legs straight, sitting up on a chair. Sit nice and tall, relax your shoulders, close your eyes. I'd just like you to breathe through your nose as if your intention is to broaden the space in your nostrils and continue broadening the space as it travels down through the trachea into your lungs. Broaden your lungs inside your chest and feel your awareness broadening within you. Everything becoming a bit more real, a bit more noticed. Feel it helps to shift any heaviness in your mind or any static in your mind, and inviting in just a little bit of a clearer, calmer space. And within that clearer, calmer space, I'd just like you to think to yourself what it is you turn up for. And you can focus your energy on whatever it is that's your specific goal, aim, purpose for practicing yoga, or even grander than that, your goal, aim and purpose in life. Focus your energy towards that. Make it so that it's something good, and ideally something that's beyond just the self, and something that maybe has a positive influence around you as well. And breathe to that power, to the force that can create reality around that intention. Notice how that feels inside. Great, and then open your eyes, and we're going to come down onto our backs. And as you come onto your back, arms down by your side, feet flat to the floor. Just starting with some up and down bridges. So rolling your spine up, pressing through your feet. Rolling your spine down, pressing lightly into your arms. Inhale as you roll up, standing through the feet. Exhale as you roll down, feeling each vertebra pressing back into the mat. And make sure you're trying to create this rolling action so it gets any residue of stickiness from between the joints of your spine and starts to stretch that out, starts to warm it up and release it a little. So movement through the spine rather than just up, down, roll your way up, roll your way down. A couple more. Try and keep the feet nice and steady on the floor. One more time, rolling up with an inhale, rolling down with your exhale. And then let's bring the right knee into the chest, give it a little squeeze, and then right ankle goes onto the left knee. Put your hands on your hips and check the hips feel level as your right thigh bone goes out wider. Then lift the left foot off the floor, hands go behind the back of the left thigh. Use your right elbow if it's near your right thigh to help press the right thigh wider, and sense the hips are still staying level. And both sides of the waist feel about equal in length and curve. When you release your left leg, can you pop the left foot down on wide on the mat, so it's on the outer left side of the mat, and use your right ankle on the left knee to draw it down toward the middle of the mat. And then once your ankle is heavy on the outside of the left knee, you can take your left arm, up by your side. If it feels a little intense with your ankle on your knee, you can just let your foot slide off. Feel the left knee trying to reach long down the middle of the mat. You'll have probably turned onto the inside edge of your left foot as well. Take another couple of breaths. Your right hand can rest on your belly so you can feel the rise of your breath and the fall of your breath. One more. And then can you come back up, keeping your ankle on there. Use your left foot on the floor to reset your bottom to the middle of the mat, and cross your right leg all the way over so that there's no gap between the legs. And bring your knees in towards your chest. And let your feet go wide, so thigh bones are crossed and feet are wide. Keep the legs like that, and interlace your hands behind the back of your head. Inhale. Exhale, abdominal curl up toward the knees. Inhale, lower. Exhale, curl up toward the knees. Once more, lower. Curl up. Lower. Now curl up and stay up, and see if your knees can come towards your nose. 3, and then back down. 2, and back down. 1, and then down. Take hold of your right knee and lay your left leg flat, so you're in a single knee hug, and push away through the left leg along the floor. Twist, taking your knee across to the left, look out to your right arm. Roll onto the outside of the left hip. Keep your right arm heavy, and if you can, connected to the floor. Great, and then come back in again. And both feet go flat to the floor. You're going to reset your bottom to the middle of the mat. Bring the left knee to your chest. Keep your right foot flat on the floor. Little squeeze. And then left ankle goes onto the right knee, top of the thigh. If you place your hands onto your hip points again and try and level them up while the left thigh goes wider. Just feel that you're kind of reaching your left thigh bone outwards. Then bring your right leg in, hands behind the back of the right thigh. Keeping the awareness on the alignment of your pelvis and your waist, but also in your shoulders, both shoulders open evenly. And your tailbone reaching long. And your feet flexed, toes up. When your right foot goes back down, it goes down wide on the mat. And let your legs drop to the left. So your left ankle ends up being a weight on the outside of your right knee. You can wriggle a little onto the inner edge of your right foot and ankle. And then start to feel your right thigh bone reaching long down the center of the mat. You can lift your right arm up by your right ear, nice and loose and relaxed. Feel your breath rise and fall beneath the left hand on your belly. 2 more breaths. One more. As you make your way back up again, and you then reset your bottom to the middle of the mat and cross your left thigh over your right thigh. So your legs are making a cross shape at the thigh bones. Knees are up towards you, feet out wide. Interlace your hands behind your head. Inhale. Exhale, curl your head and chest up toward the legs. Inhale, lower back down. Feel how your front ribs move downwards toward the waist. And lower. One more time. Front ribs sliding down toward the waist. Inhale, lower. Lift up this time, staying up, and your knees are going to try and come towards you for 3. And down. 2. And down. 1. And then your left knee into the chest, right leg flat to the floor, and pause. Nice and long through the right leg. Take a twist, knee goes across to the right. Look out to your left arm. You've rolled toward the outside edge of your right leg, and the left knee and the left arm are reaching in opposite directions. Back it into center. Reset both feet to the floor, bottom to the middle of the mat. Good, and then turn around onto your side. Let's have our head propped onto the hand, and you're going to take hold of your top leg foot and press the foot back into your hand, so you start to press the leg away from you behind. And then straighten out your top arm and have your head hovering off your arm. so your head is evenly placed between the shoulders. Now keep this same position. Take Gyan Mudra with your straight arm, the one that's out on the floor. That's a thumb and index touching together. And then just start to lift your gaze up a little, as if you're trying to see your hand in that mudra on the floor. Keep pressing the back leg back. Bottom leg is bent for balance. Come back to center. Bring your knees together and your head back on your hand. Keep the bottom leg bent, and this time bring your top knee in towards your arm and just hug the knee in. You can stay there or take your arm inside the leg and catch hold of your big toe with your peace fingers, and then try and push the heel up toward the ceiling. Push up from your bottom hip all the way up into that top foot. So your bottom hip is pushing upwards toward the top foot. It's going to help stack the hips. If you struggle to take hold of the leg, you might have a little bit of a bend still, or you might still stay in that knee hug. Take another breath there. Then bend the leg in. Good. And you're probably facing the screen, so we're just going to push up from there and come around onto the other side, so you can still stay facing the screen. Rest your head on your bottom hand, bottom leg bent, and catch hold of your top foot. Once you've got hold of the foot, or if you can, the ankle, start to kick it back. So the shin bone pushes back, so your arm is being pulled long. The leg starts pressing further back. And then when you've got that, extend your bottom arm out straight and let your head lower to the point where it feels even between your shoulders. Make Gyan Mudra, so that's thumb and index touching together. Stay there with the shoulder rolling back, and then start to lift your gaze just a little bit, nice and slowly, looking up toward the top hand. Come back to center, head back on your hand again, legs back together. And then lift your top knee, guide the knee in, give it a little hug towards your body. You can stay there or bring your arm inside the leg, take your peace fingers around your big toe, straighten the leg the best you can, and push not from your top hip, but from your bottom hip, through the top hip, through your knee, all the way up to the sole of the foot. Your top shoulder is moving away from your ear. Another breath. And then bend both legs. Great. So let's come into downward facing dog. Back round to hands and knees now, and lift your hips. Take 2 more breaths there. Breathe smoothly and deeply through your nose. 1 more breath. Walk your feet up towards your hands and have your feet about hip distance. Inhale to a flat back, stretching your head and chest forwards, and exhale, fold down over the legs. Do that again. Inhale, flat back, stretch head and chest forwards, hips back, and exhale, fold into the legs. 1 more time. Inhale, stretch long in both sides of the waist. Exhale, fold forwards. Bend your knees as you come into your flat back, and take your hands off the floor, put the strength in your legs, and then swoop your arms all the way up as the legs straighten out. Look up. Arms down by your side. Take tree pose, so balancing on your right leg, turn your left knee out. Heel can come to the inner ankle, or to the calf, or to the inner thigh. And then from there, take your arms out to the side. Reach out from the center of your chest out towards your fingertips, palms are upwards. Good. Have the tailbone pressing in slightly so that the bottom doesn't jerk back, and turn the thigh bone out wide, sensing your hips are staying level. Then bring your knee forward to try and maintain your balance. As you twist round towards your left, bring your right hand onto your left knee and the left arm goes round behind you, this time turning your thumb up, looking round towards your side. Shoulders ease down, and you're pressing straight through your standing leg, almost feeling the thigh bone pressing back as you stand taller. Come back to center and hug this knee up to your chest. Take hold of the ankle with your left hand and then point the knee down to the floor. Bring your other hand onto your belly. Level your knees and stand tall again. Take Gyan Mudra, where the thumb and index touch together, and start to kick the back foot into your hand as you reach forwards and look out ahead. You can look to Gyan Mudra with your hand if you like, or you can find another steady spot so you've got a drishti point to look at. Keep lifting the back thigh bone and aiming to keep the hips level. Come back into center, hand back onto your belly, regain balance and take your foot down to the floor and then release both arms. Have a real light shake on the spot and then pause. Inhale, your arms lift up, then chair position, bend your knees, touch the ground with your fingertips. Inhale, flat back, straightening your legs, look forwards. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, bend your knees with flat back. Exhale, take the weight into your legs, fingers off the floor. Inhale, arms all the way up, look up. Exhale, arms down by your side, look forwards. Take your balance into your left leg. Turn your right knee out for tree pose first of all. Heel on the inner leg, calf or thigh. Arms go out to the side, palms up. Feel like your right thigh bone is trying to open wide underneath your right arm, but your hips are trying to stay facing forwards. Standing tall and stable through your spinal column, all the way up through the top of your head. Your knee comes in front of you. Left hand comes to right knee as you twist round. Turn your back thumb up to the ceiling and turn your chest round to the right. But keep your knees and your hips facing forwards. As you twist, stand nice and confidently through your standing leg. Come back to center, try and maintain your balance. Bring your knee up towards your chest. Take hold of your ankle with your right hand, point the knee down. Left hand onto your belly and firm your belly a little. Hips level. Gyan Mudra with your left hand. As the arm extends in front, start kicking your right shin back. And as the right leg lifts, keep sensing your hips are level as you look forwards towards Gyan Mudra with your left hand. And then come back to center, place your hand back on your belly and release that foot down to the floor. Once both feet are down, little shake out. Shake off whatever happened in the balance, even if it was almost falling over like me. Good. Once you've had that little shake, you're back up at the top end of your mat if you're not there already. Inhale, arms lift. Bend your knees, touch the ground in chair pose. Inhale, flat back, straightening your legs, look forwards. Exhale, fold over your legs and stay there. Bring your palms behind the calves and elbows touching the outside of your legs. Or if not your elbows, then the wrists trying to press against the outside edge of your legs. Press into the legs, push your legs against your hands and see if you can hold that forward bend with your spine getting longer with the inhale and folding deeper at the hips as you exhale. Longer as you inhale. Folding deep at the hips as you exhale. One more time. Inhaling long. Exhaling, fold. Place your fingers down to the floor and step your left leg back and turn the heel in slightly so your heel touches the central line of your mat. Take your hands onto your hips. As you come up, straighten both legs, and with both legs straight, try and level your hips so they're both facing forwards equally. Keep your hips facing forwards as you bend into the front knee. Place one hand on your tummy, one hand on your lower back. Belly firms in, lower back lengthens down. Arms out to the side, palms to the ceiling. And as your arms lift, try looking up. Try pressing your palms together. Nice and firm through the back leg as you press toward the outer ankle, but keep the hip facing forwards. Look forwards, your arms go out wide, palms down. Then bring your hands behind, interlace your fingers and roll back the shoulders. Look at the left corner of your mat and bow toward the left corner of your mat, lifting your arms up. If you go any deeper, you can bow to the back right corner of your mat and keep your knee nice and bent. As you bow down, try and lift your arms up and over. Left hand goes down to the floor and lift the left heel and take the left foot back maybe another couple of inches. Twist, lunge, reach your right arm up, squeeze your right hip in. Turning the left ribs under more and lengthening through the left side of your body so your right side turns more easily. Bring your hand back down to the floor, step to downward facing dog. One more breath. Feel the breath is making your hips lighter and higher. Look forwards, walk your feet up between your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold over the legs. Step your right leg back. Turn the heel to the midline of the mat and come up with your hands on your hips. Straight both legs, first of all, and turn your hips forwards. Keep the back leg nice and firm, and then bend into the front knee. One hand on your belly, one hand on the lower back. We want the belly to come up and in and the lower back to feel long, so tailbone long and down. Arms out wide and then arms up, palms together. Keep the front knee bent and feel the skin on the front of your right thigh like it's trying to plaster itself flat against the thigh bone. At the same time, the outer right hip is trying to turn and look forwards. Look forwards, take your arms open, palms down. Interlace your fingers behind the goofy way, so your less dominant way. Look at the front right corner of your mat, and as you bow down toward the right corner of the mat, you're going to then shift your gaze underneath and toward the back left corner of the mat if you get deep enough. And your arms come up and over, and your left shoulder might rest on the left knee, or if you can, come inside the left knee. Both legs are carrying you in this balance. Bring your right hand to the floor, lift your right heel and wriggle the foot back a couple of inches. As you twist, look up towards your left arm. Okay, so a few things can easily kind of lose track here. The left hip can swing out too wide, so just gather the left hip in and feel like the left knee is stacked right over the ankle. And then the right waist sometimes doesn't turn enough, so turn your right waist under more and lengthen the right side of your body. Bring your hand back down, step to downward facing dog. Another breath. This time, knees down and a child's pose. Have your arms relaxed by your sides, palms upwards, give your wrists a little rest. Take a few breaths there before we go into our first yin pose. Good. So as you come up, either using a block or a cushion, and we're going to come into a supported bridge pose. So as you come around onto your back, put your block or your cushion underneath the back of your pelvis on a high setting. You can lift your heels in it if you need to initially to help get it under. Yeah, and then once it's there on the back of the pelvis, on your sacrum, the heels go back down. And release your arms. And turning your shoulder blades under a little, make sure the shoulders are touching the floor. Good. Let the weight of your pelvis rest completely on the block. If it doesn't feel right, then make adjustments. You can go higher or lower. Begin to relax the effort that you might have had when you were doing the standing sequence, where you have to be more engaged, more actively participating. And now you're still actively participating without as much action. Or less dynamic, let's say. There's still action, it's just much more subtle. So feel the action now has a different quality, a different tone to it. And it's less action under your control and more action of allowing your body to restore and to start healing within itself. Hardened, restrictive, and blocked tissue can begin to soften and release a little. Notice the rise of your belly as you inhale, even if it's just a little. When you exhale and your belly falls, let it fall all the way in to the end of the exhale, where you feel empty, and effortlessly your abdomen feels like it hollows, ready for the next rise of inhale. Begin pressing a little more firmly into your feet so you can carefully lift, remove the block, and when you roll down, let's just pause a moment with our back on the floor. So for some people that can be a little tightening on the pelvis because it's lifted, so it's the shorter side of our body. Let your knees first of all just drop towards your chest. You're not going to try and pull them in heavily, just let them drop in. And then take your legs up and give your legs a little shake out in the air. So it just invites your legs with real ease, with less force, to just fall into the pelvis. And it can soothe your lower back on the floor. If you're very tight on the hamstrings and you're feeling like your legs won't come any closer than your hip level, then you're just going to kick your feet towards your bottom like that instead. Okay, otherwise shaking in the air. And then feet down and make your way to sitting. And you can sit on a block if you need to. So I'd like you to get both sit bones even. And bring your left leg under, so the foot's near your right hip, and then the right foot across. And if you need to sit up on something so that you can get space in your hips to do that, do. Both sit bones are staying on the floor and twisting round, so your left arm wraps around the right lifted knee. Just holding that for a few rounds of breath. And then come to center and see if you can bring your right foot further over. So now your knees are pointing forwards. And what I find I need to do is I need to lift, get the legs to jiggle into place. So you're trying to cross the thigh bones towards each other. And the knees end up pointing as far forwards as you can. Again, that'll help if you're on a block if you need to. Keep your hips back, and then we're just going to take a little walk forwards. Can be a little agitating sometimes, this shoelace pose, especially when we forward fold into it. See if you can really relax the front of your thighs, your abdomen. Breathing calmly. Breathing so that any sensations you do feel that aren't resonating with calm, your intention of breathing in calm helps to start to penetrate any other feelings, physically or mentally. You might even say to yourself as you breathe, calm. Like it's the sound, the whisper of each breath. Roll your way back up. And once you're up, lean back a little into your hands. And as you lean back, your knees will lift. Keep leaning back until your knees lift enough that you can release your bottom leg out straight. Once your bottom leg's straight, then uncross your top leg and straighten that out. Just let your legs be straight for a moment. Coming into the other side. So now your right leg is the one that comes under and your left leg comes over. This twist can easily be replaced with the bottom leg being straight if you haven't got a cushion to sit on or anything else to sit on. You're wrapping your right arm around your left leg and both sit bones remain on the spot. So as you turn, the sit bones aren't what's turning. Your spine rotates right up to your head turning. Come forwards, and again this top leg is going to try and cross over on top of the bottom leg. Elevate your hips if you struggle to get there. If you don't get very far round with this leg, let's say it gets stuck there, you can put a block or a blanket in so that it doesn't just hang in the air and it's got some support. If you still can't do it, then you can straighten the bottom leg out and cross the top leg underneath or on top if it goes on top. Okay, forward bending and shoelace pose again. Anywhere that you want to use your blocks or support, you can. Play around with the opposites, like there should be some challenge. You might be feeling the challenges in your hips or your lower back, which is broadening, or maybe in the thighs. Shouldn't be in the knees. If it's in the knees, if there's anything like electric feeling in the knees, then you need to back out. Anyway, as you find that edge within the yin pose, the mild challenge, mild to medium challenge, to hold it here, then couple that with something that's the antidote to the challenge, which is your calm, soothing breath and the silent whisper of calm as you breathe. Okay, and then make your way up. Lean back enough that your bottom leg can release first, and then your top leg second. And once your legs are straight, just pause. Notice that nice release in the thighs. And sitting in Dandasana, legs straight, hands by the sides of your hips. Press the ground, lift up tall, feel both sit bones sitting evenly, both legs reaching evenly. We'll move from Dandasana into Shavasana, so you can step your feet a bit wider, maybe bending your knees and putting the bolster underneath the back of the knees. I've just got my meditation cushion tonight, so I'm going to go for a straight leg Shavasana. And release your arms, release your hips, release your legs. With the first few breaths in Shavasana, just think release, release, release. Disengaging any effort. Dropping deeper into your inner pool of calm now. While you rest here, just first of all, remind yourself of the seed that you are fertilizing with your practice. The intention you had at the beginning, your reason for showing up. Just let that be in the background of your Shavasana. You don't need to keep thinking about it. Just putting it in your consciousness, it's there. It's being affected by this healing prana flow. And then wriggle your fingers and your toes. Wriggle your body a little on the spot, like your bottom is shaking and it's rippling down your legs, up your spine. And then bring your legs one at a time, feet flat to the floor. One at a time, knees into your chest, a little double knee squeeze. Feet down, turn to your side and come up to sitting. Bring your palms together, thumbs to the center of your chest. As you inhale, feel the breath pulling you up nice and tall, chin slightly in. And as you exhale, nice and grounded through your sit bones. Inhale. Exhale, one more, feeling that clear passageway of breath from nostrils to lungs and clear passageway for the breath to circulate your whole body. The clarity in me bows to the clarity in you. Namaste. Thank you all.